Back to work. A new job, a new day, a new week. Back in the 703, cutting popple. Some maple, but mostly popple, otherwise known as aspen. That's not good. Just checking for some loose fittings or anything like that. Ah, right there. I gotta check to make sure this O-ring's fine. Yeah, that O-ring's a bit chewed up. Not bad, just not good enough. Rodney's been working here about, I don't know, a week and a half, and he's quite a bit ahead of me. In the spring, that popple gets pretty slippery. Got my O-rings. I did not take off the old O-ring, so I'm pretty sure I know what size I need, but better safe than sorry. I don't feel like making this walk again. Alright, back to work. So smooth wood like this flows pretty nice through the head. The problem with this stuff right now is that in the spring, as the leaves come out, it absorbs a lot of moisture and it creates a lot of tree juices. The word kind of escapes me right now. The popple bark peels very easily and it's extremely slick underneath. So it makes it difficult to stack it because the logs just kind of want to slide around.
One, two, three, four.
I find that I have to play around with these settings frequently. It depends on what type of wood you're cutting. Just pulled this tree out of the swamp. That's the work of the beaver. Look how huge those bite marks are. That is impressive. These bugs, dude. These flies, they're nasty. Looks like they just dropped it and left it. It's extremely wasteful. Can't believe a beaver would do that. I hope the tree huggers go after them. Government needs to pass a law. Ridiculous. Beavers, unbelievable. Well, I'm going to chop it up. It's actually fairly recent. It's a green tree still. I think it's always important to give context. We're going to take those trees that are standing. They're going to be cut down with a hot saw. They're going to be placed into piles like this. Nice little piles. I'm going to come along with the processor and I'm going to make piles like this that then get picked up by the forwarder. And then I'm also going to be making these chip piles. That might not look like a pile, but it is a pile. Trust me. Each pile is going to be utilized for something a little differently. That's going to be utilized to a mill that makes OSB board, composite siding. The chip stuff is going to be, well, it's going to be chipped and that's going to be burnt for electricity. And then when we're finished, it's going to be pretty clean. It's going to look like that. Okay, it's not going to look like that. That's a hunter's food plot, but it's going to look nice. It's still going to have like the stumps, and it's going to have leaves and small trees, but it'll grow up very quickly, or whatever the landlord wants to do with it. I guess that's up to him to decide. Now let's even this pile out a little bit. When piles get big like this, it gets a little tricky to land your trees without, you know, stuff bouncing off. Land your logs, that is. There we go. Something's wrong with my knives. They don't want to open or close occasionally. This valve bank controls the squeeze of the knives. All right, let's see what we've got here. Easy, girl. Yeah, I think that spool's moving fine. Man, that slaps hard. I'm afraid to say it, but I think it's solenoid. Another thing I want to check is to see how much voltage is coming to the solenoid. Just another thing to check. Yeah, what a bugger. I kind of chased this quite a while today, to be real honest. What it was is this hook is threaded into the main spool, and it was threading out a little bit, which kind of messed up the system. Anyway, I got that threaded back in. I spent hours on this. That was really annoying. It was ultimately a pretty simple fix, but just how many layers of troubleshooting we had to go through to figure that out. It was just stupid. It just took a while. So one of the things we did, this might seem like a small thing, but it's made a pretty nice difference, I think. Replaced the windows. They were really scratched up, especially these side ones. Looks like we got a bit of a leak here. Yeah, the leak's it's just a never-ending chase with older equipment. That's what you got to sign up for when you buy an old piece of equipment. Hey, where are you going? Everything breaks. Everything is made of steel. You know, you put any piece of iron through enough abuse, it'll crack, it'll break, it'll warp, it'll rust. This morning, we're gonna be fixing up that ponsse and getting it operational again before the crack becomes much, much worse. Don't use this stuff. The mosquitoes around here will literally pick you up and fly you away, as Rod says. Fun fact, the mosquitoes from our state is actually a state bird. Ready for welding. The metal's a little thinner than expected. This is awful because it's so thin it's punching through, but prettiest thing, but I think it turned out alright. It's kind of windy. We got a MIG welder and Can't blow your gas away. Hey, we might be good. Got another leak. Not sure where it's at, so I'm gonna try turning on some hydraulic functions. Hopefully I can see it. Alright, find it. There. O-ring, blowing right there. Yeah, that O-ring is completely shot. Looks like the forwarder's working well. I got my O-rings. I should be back in business 5 minutes. Can I just have one day without problems, please? That'd be nice. Just one day.